Living a Healthy Lifestyle show with your favorite holistic health coach, Carrie Kay.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Living a Healthy Lifestyle show with your favorite holistic health coach, Carrie Kay. I have Danika on today. A little bit about Danika. She's a Texas native. Oh my goodness, Texas native. And she's earned her bachelor's degree in business administration. And early in her career, she spent more than a decade in veterinarian services and became the founder member of SPCA East of Texas. That's exciting. And Danika is a financial empowerment strategist committed to helping her clients take control financially. She specializes in strategic planning that allows clients to protect their income, build their tax advantage, retirement savings, and her focus is on implementing smart, sustainable solutions. Welcome to the show, Danika.
Well, thank you, Carrie Kay. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about you.
Oh, well, I mean, you just read all the highlights, I guess. But yeah, I'm originally from Texas. I currently live in Little Rock, Arkansas. It's been kind of a meandering journey until I found my calling here, helping people financially be prepared for the future and all the things that life throws at them. So, yeah.
Wow. Wow. So how did you have you always liked to be in the financial, or how did all this come about?
Oh my gosh. Oh, great question. So, I am not naturally financially inclined. Okay. They did not teach these things in school. It was never on my radar. I had gotten burned out. I worked for the military for almost a decade. I did childcare for the military. I ran a teen center in different places. And with COVID and all the things that were going on in the world, just got kind of burnt out, between the kids and the staff and the parents and the stress just from all of it. I was done. I was burnt out. I wanted something different. I still love helping families. I have a big heart for first responders. My father was a police officer. And so I wanted something where I could give back to the community. And I kind of fell into financial services. I went and met with someone and they were like, this is how we change lives. These are stories of our clients whose lives we've kept from falling apart whenever tragedy strikes. And I was like, I don't have one, it helps people. Two, I don't have to supervise anybody. And three, I can set my own hours. I am in. And so I have just focused on learning as much as I can to help my clients. And that's evolved over the last 3 years a little bit, the way it looks. But when it comes down to it, it's all about helping people and making sure they have options and the finances to back it up when life lifes, right? I mean, we all have, whether it's a car accident or the big scary sea or some sort of chronic illness that comes on, we all have financial issues that affect us and the physical issues that affect our finances too, right? The number one cause for bankruptcy in the US is medical bills. Everybody I talk to tells me they have health insurance, right? So where's the disconnect? And so that's where I come in. I can help patch that wall and shore it up so you don't have to worry about when something happens tapping into your retirement savings, which is what a lot of people do, or what little savings they maybe have in their bank account. They don't have to reach into that to bridge the gap if something happens and they're unable to work for whatever reason for 6 months, a year, 2 years. I have a colleague, he hasn't been able to work for 2 years, but he's still receiving a paycheck every month because we call them living benefits in place. And it's saved him financially. He doesn't have to worry about how he's going to keep a roof over his head, the lights on, his car running, how he's going to eat, because he has that in place, which is.
And we need this right now, especially being in the situation that we were in after 2020. It's taken 5 years for us to come out of this. And so financially, we really, really need to be able to keep our money, to be able to use our money wisely. And I'm sure you're a wise woman and you sit down with everybody and map out a plan. And so tell us a little bit about that plan that you would map out for somebody and help somebody. Give us a little example.
Oh, okay. So I work with people, we call it a financial shield, right? Because the light comes at you all different directions. You need a shield to help protect you. So we focus on tax-free, risk-free retirement planning. We look at income protection because whether you realize it or not, when you stop and think about it, your greatest financial asset is your ability to earn money, your income coming in, because without that, it doesn't matter what other assets you have, you're going to end up liquidating them, right? So you need that income. So protecting that during your working years. And then the coolest thing that we do is we can leverage the money you spend every day on your gas, your bills, your groceries, childcare, Starbucks, wherever you like to go get coffee, all of those things. That money generally just kind of rolls right on through the pocket. But we can take that, we can capture it, we can leverage it to build wealth for you, for your family in perpetuity. And so all of our strategies are tax-free, risk-free, and they come with hundreds of thousands of dollars of living benefits. So if something happens to you physically, you're able to have that covered. And so we sit down. Generally, when I meet with a client, we kind of talk about what some of the options are. And then we go through, we call it a wants analysis. Like, what kind of things do you want to make sure are protected? And what is that going to look like for you like in a monthly payment? Like if you, all your mortgage, your rent, your car payment, your house, all what it takes to keep it all running, what does that look like? Okay, and now that's the number we're going to make sure gets protected. So we're going to meet all those bills, everything you want to keep in your life. So you don't have to worry about, well, things are a little tight this month and I wasn't able to work, so we're going to cut the Netflix and the Hulu and maybe we're going to go to rice and beans. You want to still be able to maintain that lifestyle. So what's that lifestyle you want to maintain? And so that's where we start, and that's different for everyone. And then we work on a plan to get you there and be able to maintain it.
I love that. That's what I'm all about, is living that healthy lifestyle, right?
Yeah. You want those supplements.
And your finances are all part of living that healthy lifestyle because of stress. Like you said, it's just a huge stress relief to have a program that you can help people with, where they can actually see where their money is going. It's not just going in a bank and we don't even know what's going to happen with the banking industry, right? I mean, what have you heard that with your program that it's totally different than putting money in a bank?
Yeah. So we had the leveraging your everyday expenses. So we call that a better bank account. So we leverage an insurance contract to help you grow wealth. So the money you spend every day, it doesn't just disappear, right? And when the banks get your money, they take it, right? And if we're at the same bank, if you go put money in the bank and then I come and ask for a loan, they give me your money.
How
Right?
does that work? That's so wrong.
It's crazy. The whole banking system is really kind of a crazy rabbit hole that we could be down for hours and hours. I know we don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But it's really crazy, right? They take money and they're experts at leveraging it. They make thousands of percent on every dollar that goes into the bank. And that's why they can have all these beautiful buildings, and they've got these, big, nice golden parachutes for all their CEOs. And, hey, look, everybody knows you make money when you're in banking, right? Yeah. And we're the ones funding that, whether you realize it or not, because they can take your money and they loan it out to other people and they get interest on that. They invest it. Banks actually own life insurance that they leverage. Yeah. Didn't know that, did you? Yeah.
No.
It's over $100 billion that banks own in life insurance. And they use that to offset the risk of their other investments. So they make sure that they have a certain amount of money available at all times and that it's growing. And so, so we just kind of do that, but on a smaller scale, on an individual scale. So we let you be the bank of Carrie K, and you can leverage your own money to grow over time. Yeah, it's fantastic. And it's really cool because it passes on to your heirs tax-free, and there's no risk involved. So it's kind of the best of both worlds as far as that goes. And I think it's the coolest thing I think I've ever learned how to do.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, you're helping people with their finances. That's huge. So I heard that somebody's got a podcast too. You happen?
It is You Happen podcast. It is not live just yet. I am collecting interviews. Been wanting to do a podcast for a while, and a few months ago, I was meeting with someone, and they helped me kind of flesh out the idea. Because I didn't want to just talk. Like, I enjoy my job, right? And I love talking money and finances and how to protect it. But I didn't want to do that for fun in my off time. And I meet the coolest people. Doing what I do, right? And everybody has these fascinating stories. And you sit and you talk to someone and they tell you, I'm a cancer survivor. I'm a domestic violence survivor. God took me from this place to this place, and I would never would have seen myself going in this direction, right? And just amazing. We have some amazing people, amazing individuals out there. And so with my You Happen podcast, I get to interview these people and share their stories with the world, which is just phenomenal. And I love it. Because everybody has an amazing story, and we all have times, right, when we need that encouragement. Because sometimes you just get, like, I know I do, I get in my head and I'm like, nobody else, woe is me, nobody else has ever faced what I'm facing. And we all need to realize that's not true, right? And go on a podcast and you can listen to someone and be like, yeah, I
I
survived.
don't have it that bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, and what they've overcome, and it gives you courage, and inspiration to be like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it. It kind of shows you what's possible. Someone else has already paved the way through
Yes.
similar circumstances. And yeah, I just find it so inspiring. So yeah, I am collecting stories that I'm going to share with the world, and I'm super excited about that. Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I think that was really God inspired because this is all about building relationships. Let's face it.
Absolutely.
If we're going to build relationships with one another, we're going to want to do things with one another.
Mhm.
With our businesses, with our personal lives, maybe be friends, go on vacation together, whatever. But it's important for all of us to get together, and even small businesses right now. And what you are doing, can you imagine in the next few months if everything that they're saying is going to happen does happen? And you are looking at, okay, I established this. God helped me establish this. I got this going. I'm helping all these people.
Mhm.
That's a godsend because
100%.
they're going to be like, oh my, I had money in the bank and now it's all gone. What happened to it? I'm praying that God says, hey, take your money out of the bank before, you know, it's like, and you know what I really like about your program too, is you're saying is that, you're not, you're not a bank, right? And you're helping people with the money they already have. And
Yes.
there's no risk involved.
Yeah. Which is the
You
coolest
know,
part, right?
yeah, I would love to have something where there's no risk involved. So great. Well, so what have we got coming up in the future with your, you got anything going on that you're going to be working on, as far as in the future that you're going to be launching, your podcast, probably, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, the future is wide open, isn't it? Right now I'm working on building a business and a podcast and meeting amazing people. So there's that. At some point, way on down, I don't know, I would love to have like a retreat facility. I think that would be really cool. Where people
Yeah,
can
tell me
come.
about that. My friend's putting together a retreat.
Yeah. Oh,
So tell
well,
me
you should
about
have a
your dream
conversation.
that you have to put together retreats.
I think it would be fantastic. I meet so many people in the ministry, and people that are, dual-hatted, right? They have a business and a ministry, and burnout is real. And we need to be able to take the time and be refreshed, especially people that are ministering all the time, pouring out into others, right? It's real easy to get caught up in that and we can lose sight of the relationship, right? Because you could pour out, but you got to make sure you're also pouring in. And that overflow is where the ministry needs to happen. But it can sometimes, we kind of get the bit in our teeth or whatever however, that's how we say it in Texas, right? Get the bit in your teeth and take off.
I say put your boots on.
There you go. Yeah. But we get like head down focused and, God
Yeah,
gave
yeah,
us this
yeah.
vision we're building. And then suddenly we're building by ourselves and we left God out of it, but we're building it for him. Right. And so being able to pull away from that and have a place where we can be restored and brought back to the Father and really seek his will and his heart before we move forward again and get back in there. Because life can sometimes be heavy and ministry can be heavy, right? People have big problems, and when they're looking to you to hear from God or give them a word or minister to them all the time, like that can, if we're
It's
not
like you have
careful,
all these all these
well,
energies around you, and
yeah,
they're pulling at you at different directions,
absolutely.
and it's very hard to have, to be in ministry. I mean, to do the work that God wants us to do. It's not easy, you know. We're constantly having to be prayed up.
Yes, yeah. And you
But
need that community, right? We're part of a body.
yeah. And you and I found out that we were connected to other people that you knew and that I knew. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing. It's totally a God thing, right? Like he has the tapestry, and it's a beautiful thing whenever you meet people and you're like, you know them too? Oh my gosh, well, that makes sense, right? We're all part of the same body. So it makes sense that you would know that part of the finger and whatever, different parts of
Yeah.
the body know each other. And it's crazy. Yeah, because I met Nicole a couple of months ago, and I think she's who introduced us. And then it turns out that we both know
Sorry.
Shard. And I met her last fall. Yeah. And so it's crazy the way God puts everybody together just like right at the right time and in the right place, right?
And
It's
it is all
amazing.
about a timing thing with things,
100%.
So your podcast is going to be amazing. And I think that you really should look into these retreats, pray about it more and see where God's gonna, because I know we're gonna do retreats here in Florida, in different areas. And we're just bringing the people together. And what did Jesus do? There was always a crowd around Jesus, and there was always these people that they needed something in their life, and he gave that. And so that's what we're here for, is to give that to people.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's really cool, like meeting like-minded individuals, that want to pour into others. It's amazing. Yeah, very
Yes.
energizing.
So your podcast is going to be launched real soon, and
Real soon
you're
this
looking
summer.
for guests. So send
Um,
out your information to everybody. Well, it is on the screen there. Is that how people can get in touch with you?
Yeah, anywhere you find me, connect and I can send out the link. Or youhappenpod.com is the website for the podcast. It has the links to the YouTube channel. There is nothing on the YouTube channel just yet, but the link is there and ready to go. But yeah, on that page, it's got the guest calendar and you can book a time. I always block off a couple of hours. We do not have to talk for a full 2 hours, but I like to make sure I have time to really get to the heart of your story and be able to share your heart and what God's done in your life and you happen because everybody always says life happens and that is true. But then what you do with it is what really makes a difference. You plus God, right? Is what makes a difference.
Yeah,
And
explain that, because I'm sure our audience is very interested in that. So it is in the way that we deal with things. Like my car broke down.
oh
Like,
gosh.
what is going on? Like, all this stuff is happening, and I can get angry, but
No?
it's not going to do me any good to get angry. Instead, I'm making phone calls. All of a sudden, my mechanic's like, "I'll come pick you up." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, that's a
There
great
you go.
mechanic.
That
So
is a good mechanic.
you have to look at all the blessings around you. There's a lot of
Absolutely.
blessings. And
Hmm.
that's the way I look at, when things happen to us, like you happen. I love that. You just have to flip it. Like I was saying in my speech today, you just flip it. Like if you think negative, just flip it over to the positive, right? Immediately.
Yeah.
Like what good can come out of this? So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. It's all about perspective, right? when he jumped out of the boat and he looked at the waves and went, he started sinking, right? But we looked at Jesus. So it's all about what you're focusing on, and you attract what you focus on as well, right? Like when you're looking for the bad, you're gonna see the bad. But when you go into a circumstance, the circumstance may be awful. I've known people that have gone through some awful things in life, but they kept their eye on what they knew was right, what they knew was true, what they knew was good. And we're encouraged in the Bible, right? Whatever is lovely, whatever is pure, whatever is true, think on these things. And so yes, I think it is all about perspective. And sometimes it's hard to see that when you're in it. So
Amen.
when hearing that other people, they're like, oh man, you want to come up alongside somebody and be like, yeah, I've been there. And you can, I made it through and you can make it through too. And when you get to the other side, it's going to be beautiful. You can't believe what God's got for you on the other side of it. And so I think
Yeah,
it's
it's just getting over to the other side, right?
sometimes that is the hardest part.
I look at it like I'm this frog that's trying to cross a busy intersection here in Florida. Ha ha. And I'm getting smashed every step of the way, or getting almost hit, right? So
Yeah.
you just have to keep going forward.
Absolutely. One foot in front of the other. Yep. Well, you've heard the story about the buffalo and the cow, right? With the storms. Have you ever heard
No,
the story?
no.
Right. So they say buffalo, when they would see a storm coming on the prairie, they would run toward the storm because they knew once they got on the other side, it was going to be clear weather and they wanted to get through as fast as possible. So they run through the storm, focused on getting to the other side as quickly as possible. And so the storm passes them over faster. Cows run away from the storm. So they're constantly in the storm because the storm is going the same direction as they are. They're trying to get away from it by running with it instead of against it. And so, yeah, which direction are you going to run when there's a storm in life? You're going to turn and face it head on and power through, or are you going to run the direction it's pushing you and stay in it longer?
Oh, wow. So what would you suggest that people would do, with your relationship that you have with Heavenly Father?
Yeah, you got to keep your eye on keep your eye on him, right? Like he's the way through. He's going to lead you through it. And so, yeah, run to him. And that's where you're going to find that shelter from the storms. That's the only way. The only way through.
Yeah,
Because
I've
when you
gone
run,
9 months after the hurricane and have been totally protected by Jesus, by the blood of Jesus. And I don't have a roof and I don't have windows and I'm still protected. So,
yeah,
and there's this beeping that's going on this show right now, and I'm just ignoring it and I'm asking God to remove it. I don't know if you hear the beeping.
I was not hearing any beeping. No.
Okay. Well, it's just on my end here. Um, but anyway, so tell us a little bit about what your goal is, though, like I said, for the future in the next few minutes that we have left.
Oh, goals. Okay. Right. Well, the goal is help as many people as possible, right? Reach as many people as possible and serve as many people as possible. Like that's it in a nutshell right there. So yeah, getting out there, meeting as many people as I can to help them, whether it's connecting them with someone, for help with different holistic health things, whether it's helping them protect their family financially, helping them weather the storm and giving them encouragement to get through it, or lifting them up and encouraging them just in everyday life. So that's the goal right there.
So it's not
That's the
just a
focus for this year.
financial, it's not just a financial, you're also basically a coach to help people through what they're going through.
To some degree, yes. Yeah. Comes along with the territory. Yeah. When we go diving into people's what their goals are, where their finances are, where they want to be, and looking at protecting that, a lot of things come to the surface. So we do end up getting to know each other pretty well for sure. And hopefully they leave stronger and more encouraged. I know I always do. And so I always hope hope and pray that is true for them as well. For sure.
Well, I want to thank you so much for your expertise and your help. And anybody that wants to get with Danika, all her information is right above. And you can just get in touch with her because these programs are going to change our lives. And this is
Absolutely.
Carrie Kay with Living a Healthy Lifestyle Show. Until next time, God bless.